Hi guys, PK here, and welcome back to another episode of After School Hours. I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
Hello.
So we just got through our first week of Fire Emblem Three Houses. We went through some battles and stuff. We met up with some new characters, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. First up on our list is some stuff about Lonato. He was a good guy, and he shouldn't have died. Like, at all.
Yeah, think. All I had to see was 1, mustache, 2, blue armor, 3, he's a lot like Hannibal from FE4.
Yes, exactly.
Another FE4 parallel. Deal with it.
But yeah, I can see the similarities with Hannibal, and I'm like, yeah, this guy is probably not supposed to be a bad guy. It's pretty obvious.
I do find it interesting, though, that, okay, he has resentment against the church for some reason. We're not entirely sure of the specifics.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he also does not appear to be affiliated with Flame Emperor, who also has hard feelings against the church for unspecified reasons.
I mean, having his one of his sons get executed by the Knights of Ceros is probably a good reason to be angry.
Agreed. No, I meant Flame Emperor has unspecified reasons.
Ah. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And with Lonato, it's more the specifics surrounding that circumstance are not given to us. Like, what was going on.
Yeah.
But it just shows to you that the church is not quite as upstanding as they would like to have you think.
No, not at all. No. It was pretty obvious from the get-go that, excuse me, we're keeping that in. They are not the good guys, like, at all. At least not entirely good.
Yeah, they're not quite, squeaky, sparkly clean, so to speak.
Exactly.
But, yeah, like, not sure what to make of it, but honestly, there was enough dissatisfaction and there was enough bad or wrong that was being seen to get Lonato to want to rebel against it and get people rallying around him.
Right, yeah.
It's hard to say what, but like the only thing I can think of is the church has gotten a little too big for its britches. Is probably very much controlling right now, and excessively so. That's like the only thing I can think of right now based off of what we do now.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
I'm not sure what their deal is, but it would parallel events in history pretty nicely. Europe's history where had to answer to the church or the Pope or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just suspect that's probably something similar that they might be going with this, seeing as how Fire Emblem does have a habit of paralleling history to some extent, as well as myths, legends, and so on and so forth.
Right, yeah.
Was there anything you wanted to inject?
Nah, I think I'm good, honestly. Anyway, speaking of the church, let's move on to Rhea herself. Was there anything specific you wanted to mention about her? Because I did put her in the show notes for some reason.
I don't trust her. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to believe that she was good, but the way she says certain things, it's like, I understand you're the Archbishop and all, but,
And there's just like a number of things that make me want not trust her. Starting with Gerald's whole response when he first sees her.
Yeah.
He ain't happy.
No, not at all.
He is not happy. And his response to her, like, I apologize for, like, this long period of silence, blah, blah, blah. He was basically just saving face there. either to protect himself or Byleth or both. I'm not exactly sure the specifics, but when he left, he wanted nothing to do with the church or Rhea. He wanted to disappear and not be found by them ever again.
Yeah. You know, I just thought of something. You know how they mentioned that there was like a big fire 20 years ago, and that's when Geralt left?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, do you think that he might have been the cause of that? Or maybe just took the opportunity to just up and leave while there was chaos going around so that he didn't have to go back?
It's possible. I would say either maybe he took advantage of a good opportunity to get out when the going was good, or started the fire purely as a means to make his escape.
Yeah.
If he did start the fire, I would say probably in a way just to cause a distraction, not where people would get hurt or anything. I don't see him doing something that would put innocents in way of danger.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the way Rhea says things, it just does not put a good impression on me right so far. Like, it just very much leans on being where she wants to keep people under her control and influence. I forget if I've said this before the last time we did this or if it was just privately, but she knows Byleth's significance.
Yes. That's pretty obvious by now.
Yeah. And the same, because she like instantly appointed him a very important position when she had no reason to. She knows nothing of this guy or anything, or girls, the case may be.
Yeah.
I can't help but think of the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Right.
It just seems like she knows what Byleth's potential is or something, and she wants to keep him close and under her influence.
Yeah. Now I remember why I put her in the show notes. It's because, yes, it is, like, glaringly obvious that Rhea knows something about us. We're not sure what exactly she knows, but she knows about something about us.
And I think the reason she's, like, encouraging you to form a bond with the students is she wants you to have a reason to not, like, maybe go against her or the church or something of that nature.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but yeah, that makes sense.
And being the very caring, compassionate suckers that we are, we fell right for it.
Well, you know, yeah. I can't help it if the students are lovable. Like, look at Ash. Look at Sylvain. Look at everyone. And maybe Lorenz too, I guess. I guess he kind of gets lumped in here, but you know, everyone is just so lovable. I want to give them all a hug.
It's a one-syllable word, PKNO. No, very easy.
But Sam, look at Ash. Look at Sylvain. I love them. I don't want to let them go.
Just start a game or something. I don't know.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to say about Rhea, or?
I think that's about it. Other than maybe it's nothing significant. But it's very curious the amount of green-haired people in the game.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing.
You have Rhea, you have Seteth, I think his name was. You have Flame, you have Byleth, and Sothis.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sarah. That's 6 people. That's a lot of haired people. Why?
Yeah, that's weird.
Again, maybe just a coincidental oversight in design, but I'm not quite buying it yet.
Do you think that Flame and Seteth are part dragon?
Maybe not necessarily part dragon, but perhaps are maybe lesser descendants of Saros.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, as time goes on, like, you're gonna have descendants that aren't immediate family. You're gonna have it like just branching out.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, to sum up, right now I don't trust Rhea. With that said, I don't want to say she's evil, but I am getting a very Astro vibe from her right now.
Uh-huh.
I think she is at least leaning towards she wants to keep everything under her control and influence.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't, but I do think she's up to something, and not something entirely pure.
Yeah, no, I get that vibe as well.
Unlike Mercedes, who I believe your words were pure. Everything is pure.
Yes, Mercedes is the purest girl of the Academy. Like, so very freaking pure, my dude. Every aspect of her is so freaking pure. I want to smooch.
Friendship with Annette, pure. Conversation with Violet, pure. Just everything pure. How she eats, pure.
Yes! Alright. Alright, ready to move on to the next point?
Yeah.
Alright, so in the opening cutscene, Saros mentioned something about her mother. Now, Sam, you brought up this interesting point when we had some private conversations, but it is possible that the mother she's talking about is the goddess, since she's called, like, the mother of all life or something like that?
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing concrete to go on, and it may be an actual mother, but if she is close to the goddess, and the goddess is referred to as the mother of all life, this would be a very good possibility.
Mm-hmm.
However, that also begs the question, especially if so this is the goddess. What is going?
Yeah, like, okay, so here's what we can establish. Okay, assuming that Sothis is the goddess of Foldland, that means A, she most likely passed on her crest down to Nemesis. B, the Sword of the Creator was created by her, or is associated with her. C, the Creator Sword was... Yeah, what's up with the sword, man? That's the big thing. What is up with the sword?
I don't know, and it's interesting that Saros has a different sword.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the thing. Like, where did
Like
that
for-
sword come from?
Like, for seeming to be so close to the goddess, she has a different sword than the Sword of Creation.
Yeah.
She also doesn't seem to have the goddess's personal crest. Again, going on the assumption that Sophis is the goddess.
Yes.
Which, maybe she's not the goddess, but she has some divine-like significance. So
Right.
if she's not, I don't know what she could be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's safe to assume Nemesis got crest and sword from the goddess.
Yeah.
Which would then still go on the conjecture that the sword does rightfully belong to Nemesis. It does not belong to this mother is. Although I do
Yeah.
think the mother is the goddess that Saros was referring to.
Yeah.
Although a huge question is what happened at the Red Canyon?
Yeah, that's also a thing as well, because apparently... Okay, the thing about the Red Canyon, after that one battle, like early on, it seems as though Byleth has memories of being at the Red Canyon despite never being there before themselves.
Memories. Byleth has to be ancient as rocks.
Yeah.
Which... Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Remember that scene where you have the white dragon breaking up from rock?
Yes.
What if that's at the Red Canyon?
Oh.
You okay there?
There's so much stuff going on at the Red Canyon, man. Like, oh boy.
I know, really, like something happened, like a war or something.
Mm-hmm.
No one is allowed to go there by the church, of course. They keep us away from all the fun places.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Byleth has memories there, which just again makes me wonder if my suspicion is correct that Byleth is a avatar of the goddess, or Sophis at least.
Yeah, that would make the most sense to me right now, honestly.
I mean, why else would they share this birthday and have the same memory?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just suspect Byleth is essentially Sophis, or is maybe an extension of Sophis, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we'll see. But yeah, something happened at the Red Canyon, and yeah, what's with the white dragon? We know, judging by the tapestry, the white dragon is at least associated with the goddess. Maybe it's the goddess herself. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not entirely sure. Like, when we see that white dragon ain't happy.
No, it doesn't look happy at all. Not at all.
Like, it looks like something we have to fight, which...
Yeah!
I don't know. What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Nemesis has to break up. He has to come up and save us from the mean white dragon.
By punching it in the face?
Yes, by punching it in the face.
There we go. All right. All right, ready to move on?
And then maybe riding said white dragon.
Oh, that would be amazing, actually.
But yeah, I'm ready to move on.
All right. On to something a little lighter in terms of discussion topic. Sylvain's character depth. And that in relation to his blossoming talent. Oh my god, dude, I have so much to say about this boy. Like, oh my god. I love him so much. He's such a good boy. Like, oh my god. Sylvain is like more than I bargained for, and I love it. Oh my god.
You okay there?
Oh my god, I love Sam. I love him. Like, I mean, yeah, at first he was just a flirty boy, and I'm just like, okay, I like flirty boys, but he's not gonna be the one I'm gonna marry. But then, ooh boy, his support conversations with Dedue and Annette, oh my god, I fell in love with him. I fell in love with him so hard.
It's because you like flirty, laid back, carefree, and a nice dash of insightfulness and being smart. All rolled into one.
Oh my god, the insightfulness. That's what reeled me in. Like, I did not expect that from him at all. It was like, oh my god. That... I felt my pussy get wet, man.
Are you sure you want that on record?
We're putting that on record. But no, seriously, that insightfulness, that was... Oh my god. But yeah. And his blossoming talent is in reason, so like... I love when video games do this, like, have the game mechanics tell something about a character. Like, oh my god, that's the good stuff right there.
Mm-hmm. However, let's do a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew is also attractive, laid back, carefree, insightful, and a nice dash of smart. In other words, he reminds you of what you liked about Matthew.
That might be the case, and it helps that Sylvain is a very flirty boy. I love the flirty boys, like Sane and Inigo. Those guys, oh, I loved them so much. They were adorable.
I guarantee you Matthew would have been flirty if he hadn't had Layla.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but joking aside, yeah, Sylvain does have characteristics I like. Laid back, doesn't take things too seriously, but at the same time can get serious when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it also helps when he has characters he can play off of. Like, he plays off of Felix quite well. And I like
Yeah.
how he interacts with Dedu quite. Like, what made Sane so likable was he was able to play off of Kent.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whereas Inigo, I don't think worked as well because you can only play off of someone if you built up his supports with Lucina or Jerome, something that you're not necessarily going to do.
Right, yeah. That's true.
And I suppose you could say the same here, but somehow, I don't know, it just seems to work better, maybe because it plays out like a cutscene. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
I feel like... how do I put this into words? Like, with how close to each other everyone is because they're students, they're all in the same class, yada yada yada, I feel like them interacting with each other just feels very natural in a way, which is why it works so well, I think.
Yeah, whereas with Inigo, you needed to have the parents of the respective children married to be able to recruit the child in question in the first place.
Right, yeah, because of that, there are cases where there are some children that you can't even interact with, the children probably can't interact with them, it's just, it feels very limited in Awakening because of that.
Yeah. And me personally, like, I just like how he wears his suit. Sleeve rolled up, first couple buttons unbuttoned. The way his hair is, like, it's not sloppy, but it's also not really neat either. Like, it's just... Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's go do some stuff together.
Yeah,
Let's go ride a bicycle or something.
Yeah, Sylvain does not care what other people think of him, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's something I can really appreciate. Like, really appreciate. Headcanon is that he uses an axe. Reason.
Reasons,
But yeah, I'm liking him quite a bit.
Alright, ready to move on to our last point then?
Yeah.
Alright, last point. The tragedy of Dusker, aka the source of everyone's trauma. Because, oh my god, it's like everyone... I feel like from most of the support conversations I looked into for the Blue Lions, almost all of them had something to do with the tragedy of Dusker, the effects that event had on the other students. It's like, it's the sad... This is what makes the Blue Lions the sad house.
Yeah, like, everyone has had some tragedy. It's like my impression of them was where they've had to deal with the most tragedy out of the other, compared to the other two houses. And you wonder why Dimitri has an eye patch in the time skip.
Okay, but for real though, what happened to him, man? Who poked his eye out?
I don't know, but whoever poked his eye out, I am getting you. I am going to kill you in so many ways. Then I'm going to burn you, bury you, drown you. Anything else I can do? I'll think.
Oh, man.
You only have 2 eyes. You don't want to lose them.
True. Very true.
Okay, but joking aside, this is like the first game where someone has lost something. An eye patch, but he already had an eye patch. It's not like he had 2 eyes and then lost one over the course of the game.
Right.
Let's see. Largo, he lost an arm. Already lost the arm in Radiant Dawn. Rio lost a hand, but again, same thing. His hand had already been lost prior to the events of the game. This is the first game where someone has lost something over the course of the game, which I think just really sets the tone as to what's going to happen and what's going to go down.
Yeah.
But the question is, seriously, what did happen at dusk?
Yeah. Honestly, during Sylvain's support conversation with Dedu, I think Sylvain was pretty much onto something with what caused it, you know?
What did he say again? I can't quite recollect what he said, other than that he didn't think the people of Dusker were behind whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. He said, like, they weren't behind it. They were probably collaborating with some other faction to take down the king of Fargus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Specified or implied what the king of Fargus wanted to do or anything?
I don't think we know about that quite yet. I would have to probably go into more support conversations to kind of figure that part out.
Uh-huh. Do you think maybe the church was behind it in some capacity?
It is certainly possible. The church is not doing itself any favors with how it's presenting itself right now.
Where maybe they somehow moved some strings and got enough people to do that so that, like, they could stay in control of Fargus or something like that?
That's certainly possible.
I guess what I'm thinking is only the church sees to benefit by maybe having, say, Fargus divided, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Which, unless I'm mistaken, Dusker is a part of Fargus, I think.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not completely sure, at least not without seeing more supports, more of the story revealed, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever happened, it was convincing enough to where Felix and Ingrid are mad.
Yeah.
Like, really mad. And they're mad at... And they're either mad or not understanding Dimitri, but that event also had Dimitri really mad, where he, going by what Felix said, he just went absolutely berserk.
Yeah.
Lance
Yeah.
Berserker? Yes, please.
But yeah, you just reminded me of Dimitri and Felix's support conversation. Like, apparently, Dimitri really freaking changed between before and after the tragedy of Dusker. I'm just kind of curious what exactly happened, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it seems like that is probably, whatever it was, that's probably like the dark past that he's not willing to open up about just yet.
Yeah, definitely.
And, not sure exactly what happened, but Ingrid is confused. So, like, she probably lost some people, and it seems, maybe to her, Dimitri possibly sided with the enemy or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure of the specifics, but yeah. Something happened, and, like, judging from certain quotes we know Dimitri will say later, I can only think he was convinced that Skirt were blameless in the conflict or whatever it was, and that's the only reason I can think of why he would take up their side, is he had to be convinced that they were innocent in what was being blamed.
Mm-hmm.
So many questions, and still not far enough to get a clear answer.
Yeah.
Although, I just thought of this now, but what is with the Western Church? It seems like it's supposed to be with Garrick Mock.
Uh-huh.
Definitely, and almost opposing Garrick Mock.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, actually.
And what does Death Knight have to do with them? And all that.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to steal the corpse of Saros, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, Saros's corpse probably has something very important with it. Perhaps the Creator Sword, perhaps, and that's how we get it?
Probably. Reminds me a little bit of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Uh-huh.
Where they were essentially trying to tamper with things they shouldn't be trying to tamper with, and something bad happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But something's gonna go down, but what? And
Mm-hmm.
who is Death Knight? Like, I'm kind of more curious about that than who Flame Emperor is.
Yeah, actually, my brother told me earlier this morning that you can figure out Death Knight's true identity, but you have to play through a certain paralogue. I don't know what the paralogue is, and I have no idea how to unlock it, so wish me luck in trying to find that.
Oh boy. Did he at least? He didn't tell you whose parallel you have to.
No, he gave me no hints. All I know is that that his identity is revealed through a paralogue.
Oh wait a minute! I remember overhearing him say that you may want to at least unlock Casper's paralogue because it has some story important information in it. That's probably...
Yes. That might be it. We'll see how that plays out.
Also, I remember seeing a screenshot of Casper saying he has a strong feeling that so and so is bad news or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of like, yeah, no duh, Casper. There's no duh that Death Knight is bad. So if I had to take a guess, I'd say it's Casper's you probably want to unlock. If I was to take a guess.
Alright. Anyway, anything else you want to discuss before we end off this episode?
No, I think that covers it all pretty much. There's some speculations, but a lot of unanswered questions just due to what is going on.
Yes, exactly. Alright, thank you for joining me again, Sam.
Thank you for having me.
Anyway, we'll see you all next time during stream, and hopefully by the time this gets uploaded, stream will be like shortly after, probably a couple hours or something. And then we'll be seeing you all next week with whatever other things happen during this week's streams. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye!
Goodbye.